What's up, my beautiful viewers and subscribers? Welcome again to another video. I just want to say enough respect to those of you who have taken the time out to watch my videos and to comment on my videos. And if you are a new subscriber, enough respect. Greatly appreciated. Now, in today's video, I am going to be talking about quantity surveying. Now, another word or phrase for quantity surveying is cost estimating. So, when you have your plan drawn and approved, you can then turn over those drawings to a quantity surveyor if you want to know the overall cost for your building so that you can come up with a proper budget. So what the quantity surveyor does is that the quantity surveyor peruse those drawings, go over those drawings in detail, and take off the necessary quantities and affix a rate to those quantities and come up with a overall cost for your building or for your structure. So in today's video, I am going to be demonstrating to you some of that work. So we are going to be looking at the material quantity for this wall footing detail here. So I am going to be looking at the quantity for the excavation, the quantity for the concrete, the amount of blocks, and the amount of steel. So stay tuned for this video, and I hope you watch the video until the end. Thanks. I'm going to demonstrate to you how to calculate the excavation in volume for this wall footing detail. So the first thing you should observe is your depth of your foundation. Your depth of your foundation is 3 feet 0 inches, and the width of your foundation is 1 foot 6 inches. Now the overall length of this wall is 70 feet. So therefore the volume of excavation is going to be equal to the length of the wall, which is 70 feet, the depth of your foundation, which is 3 feet, and the width of your foundation, which is 1 foot 6 inches or 1.5 feet. So this is 1.5. So when you multiply all these three values, this is going to be equal to 315 feet cubed, or 315 cubic feet. Now, soil carries a compaction factor of 30%. So what you have dug out when you excavate that soil is compacted material that are compacted. So you will have to add 30% to this 315 cubic feet in order to get the true value or the true volume of material that is excavated. So you can add 30% to the 100%, which works out to be 130%, and that works out to be 1.3. Or you can find 30% of 315, and the value of that, you add it back to the 315 to get your true volume of excavated material. But for ease of calculation, I am going to just multiply this 315 by 1.3 and get the true excavated volume of material. So when you multiply 315 cubic feet by 1.3, the value is 409.5 feet cubed, and you can round that up to 410 cubic feet. So your true volume of material that is excavated is going to be 410 cubic feet. Now, if you want to convert this 410 cubic feet to cubic yards, you can divide by 27, because one yard equals 3 feet. So therefore 1 cubic yard is going to equal 3 cube, and 3 cube works out to be 27. So if you want to convert this 410, you divide by 27. (410) cubic feet divide by 27, and the answer should work out to be 15.19 cubic yards. So 15.19 cubic yards are 410 cubic feet. Or if you want to convert this 410 feet cube to meter cube, remember I've stated to you earlier in an earlier video that 1 feet is equivalent to 0.3048 meters. So 1 feet cube is going to equal to 0.3048 cube, and that works out to be 0.028. So if you want to convert this to meter, this 410 cubic feet to meter cube, you times that value by 0.028. So let's do it. So 410 feet cube times 0.028, that works out to be 11.60 meter cube. So the volume of your excavated material is either 410 feet cube or cubic feet, or 15.19 cubic yards, or a 11.60 meter cube. So already we have worked out the quantity for the excavation. Now I want to take you through the calculation for the number of concrete blocks that would be needed to construct this wall. Now, concrete blocks comes in 2 dimensions. There is the nominal dimension and there is the actual dimension. The nominal dimension is what we use on site from day to day. The 6 inches by 8 inches by 16 inches in length. So it is 6 inches thick by 8 inches high by 16 inches in length. To work out the quantity of this wall, I am going to use both the nominal dimension and the actual dimension, and I'm also going to be calculating the number of blocks for this wall, both in volumes and in area. So if you're not comfortable with one, you can use the other. And I want to make this exercise as comprehensive as possible. So bear with me. So the nominal volume for the concrete blocks is 0.045 cubic feet. And how we arrive at that? We convert the 6 inches and the 18 inches and the 16 inches into feet by dividing the 6 inches, the 8 inches, the 12 inches by 12 respectively. And that works out to be 0.5 for the thickness, 0.67 for the height, 1.33 feet for the length, and that works out to be a volume of 0.445 cubic feet. We also work out the area for the concrete blocks, which is 0.67 feet in height and 1.33 feet in length, and that have a surface area of 0.89 feet square or square feet. Now the same thing I have done with the actual volume and the actual area. So the actual volume of this wall is 5.625 inches divided by 12, 7.625 inches and 15.625 inches divided by 12 respectively, and we end up with a volume of 0.4 feet cube or cubic feet. So that works out to be 0.47 feet, 0.64 feet, 1.3 feet, and that works out to be 0.4 cubic feet. Now we do the same thing for the actual area. It is 0.64 feet times 1.3 feet, and that works out to be 0.8 square feet. Now, how I have arrived to this 6.25, this is 5/8, so I convert this 5/8 into decimal, and that works out to be 0.625. Now, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to work out the number of blocks by volume and by area. And I'm going to work out the number of blocks for both the nominal dimension and the actual dimension. Now, in order to do that, you must observe the dimension of your wall. Now, the length of the wall is 70 feet. The height of the wall is 8 feet 3 inches or 8.25 feet. And the thickness of the wall is 0 feet 6 inches or 0.5 feet. Now the volume of the wall is going to work out to be 288.75, which is 70 feet multiplied by 8.25 feet multiplied by 0.5 feet, and that works out to be 288.75 feet cube or cubic feet. Now the area of the wall works out to be 70 feet by 8.25 feet, and that works out to be 577.5 square feet or feet square. Now I have already shown you how I have derived the nominal volume and the nominal area and the actual volume and the actual area for the concrete block itself. So I'm going to show you now how to calculate the number of blocks by volume. So in order to do that, for the nominal, the volume of the wall works out to be 288.75 cubic feet. So your number of blocks, and this is nominal now, is volume of wall, which is 288.75 feet cube, divided by the volume of blocks in nominal dimension, which works out to be 0.445 cubic feet. So 0.445 feet cube, and that works out to be 648.87 blocks. You can round this up to 649 blocks. So that is the number of blocks by volume. So I'm going to calculate the number of blocks nominal by area, and the results should work out to be the same. So the number of blocks nominal by area. So the area of the wall is 577.5 feet square. 577.5 feet square, and divided by the area of the wall nominal, which works out to be 0.89 feet square, and that works out to be 648.87 48.87 blocks. Yeah, and you can round this up to 649 blocks. So the nominal dimension, using the nominal dimension, you're going to get a total of 649 blocks to construct that wall footing. And I've demonstrated to you that I'll use both volume to calculate the number of blocks and area to calculate the number of blocks, and the result work out to be the same. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the actual. Now to calculate the number of blocks, actual, so the number of blocks by volume, right, is going to equal to the volume of the wall, and the volume of the wall remains the same, which is 288.75 cubic feet. 288.75 feet cubed divided by the volume of blocks, nominal, actual, so the actual volume of the block is 0.4 cubic feet. So this is going to work out to be 0.4 feet cubed, and this work out to be 721.87 blocks, and you round that up to 722 blocks. $722 by volume, and I'm now going to work it out by area. So the number of blocks by area is going to equal to the area of the wall, which remain constant, 577.5 square feet. 577.5 feet square divided by the actual area of the wall, which is 0.8. So this is 0.8 feet square, and that works out to be 721.87 blocks, and you round that up to 722 blocks. So therefore you can see that when you work out the number of blocks by nominal dimension of the concrete block and by the actual dimension of the concrete block, you notice that one value is higher, because the actual volume of the block is less than the than the nominal volume of the block. So there's a difference in the dimension. So what that is saying is that when if you're working out the number of blocks, it is better to use the actual dimension of 5 5/8 inches for your thickness, 7 5/8 inches for your height, and 15 5/8 inches for your length, other than using the 6 inches by 8 inches by 16 inches. That is going to give you a bigger volume, so you're going to get less block. So use the actual dimension of your block, because it's going to give you more blocks and it's going to work out more accurate since you're using the actual dimension. And you don't want to work out the number of blocks and it comes up to be less than what the building requires, because it is going to look unprofessional if you work out the number of blocks and tell the client that they need X amount of blocks and then only to be going back and say it need more. So it's best to do it right from the onset so that you look professional and you do not have to go back and repeat yourself, right? So the number of blocks that would be needed to construct this wall footing is going to be 722 blocks. So concrete blocks carry a 5% breakage. So you will have to add 5% of breakage to this 722, that in the event that when the block is being trucked to the side, you know, one might drop and break or something like that, and it's going to reduce this. So you're going to have to add 5% to this 722 to get the accurate amount of blocks in case any break. So you're going to have to add 5%. So what you can do, you can just add 5% to 100, and that works out to be 105%, and 105% works out to be 1.05. So you times this 722 blocks by 1.05, or you can find 5% of this 722, and the result of that, you add it back to that 722 and you get the same value. So 722 times 1.05, 722 times 1.05, that works out to be 758. So you can round that up to 758, and you can round that up to 760 blocks. Right? So all I'm saying is that to construct this wall footing here is going to need 760 blocks. Therefore, so far we have calculated the excavated material for this wall footing here to be 410 cubic feet, or 15.19 cubic yards, or 11.60 meter cube. And the number of blocks that it will take to construct the wall footing here, or the wall, is going to work out to be 760 blocks. So I'm going to stop this video for now and continue next week. So next week we will look at the calculation of the concrete and the amount of steel. So that is it for this video. Remember, as usual, if you like the video, hit the like button. Remember to subscribe if you're watching the channel for the first time, and I will see you in another video upload. Thank you.